Hello and welcome to my Stamping Sunday floral card. Here I've used the Assorted Memories and More cards and envelopes. So you get pre-cut and scored two different sizes of envelopes. I've used the stripes and splatters. You get two, one of each. This is the stripes 3D embossing folder. And I'm also using the dies. Now let me find that, I can't remember what they are, from the Meadow Dies. I've got some blending brushes and some fresh freesia. I'm going to make my own backgrounds using the white shimmery paper. So I'm just going to mix up three sort of different types of pinks on this sheet. That's Melon Mambo. Adding that to the colours. Doesn't matter how neat or messy this is because it won't matter when you use your die cuts, you'll see. So just get it on as easy, as quick as you can. And then that's Polished Pink, which is a lot lighter, I found, and very, very close to Melon Mambo when it's shaded. So you may or may not want to use that, but it's just something for different shades. Now I'm using a second piece of the white shimmery cardstock, and I'm using Granny Apple Green. You can add other greens as well, but I wanted this card to be super, super bright. The other half I've used on this piece of paper is Melon Mambo, and now I'm just placing the dies where I think I'd like the colours to look on the shapes of the flowers and the foliage. That's up to you. I ended up doing quite a lot, as you can see, and I even made some extra green, I think, because there wasn't enough green in there for me. So I'll just place them out on this foam mat to show you those little things I'm touching there. They are tags from the Meadows dies, which I also cut. So you can see I've done 4 shapes of that top flower in almost 4 different shades of colour, and one of the parsleys and 3 long stems. Now the basket, I haven't shown you how I made that, but I can add the video at the end. This is from Quiet Meadow, which is the matching dies to the Meadow dies, matching stamp set to the Meadow dies, and I've just pulled out that love. I'm going to stamp it with Early Espresso, and let's hope it works. Yay, of course it would work. I know that. Okay. Now I'm going to just shade in a little bit of Balmy Blue onto that embossed piece of basic white with my blending brush. It's a pale colour, you have to work it a little bit to get that colour on. Burnish your score mark on your base card and adhere, excuse me, that top sheet on. Now this basket is see-through in those slats, so I wanted to have a more solid look, so I used some crumb cake cardstock and just simply cut and traced, as you can see, roughly around the shape of the barrel. It is a basket, but I'm using it more like a wine barrel for my little garden there. And I'm just going to glue it on with some Tombow glue. I'm going to add some, well, I've added some dimensionals to the back of this, but only around the sides and the base, because as you'll see, when you want to arrange your garden in the barrel, excuse me, you'll want to slide it maybe down the top of the barrel inside, and you don't want anything getting in the way of that. So that's adhered on now, and now I'm just going to gradually build up my little garden bed or garden pot with all the cut foliage. And like I said earlier, there's no rule of what pieces you use and what you cut out and what colours you use. It's all just a lovely rainbow. Don't get bogged up with the, let's make this the right colours of the right flowers and all that. Just have some fun and have a bit of a fantasy garden. That's what I did, and I had a ball. These two pieces were such lovely contrast that I decided to glue one on top of the other and just trimmed off the excess that was hanging out on the side. So the background is sort of the bigger plants, and the front ones I dimensioned up, which was smaller. So that looks like it's appearing closer to you. Excuse me. So have some fun and add these pops of colour all around your arrangement. Before you know it, you've built up this wonderful display of flowers to cheer someone up, make them happy. I decided to add that one behind, so I had to lift the dimensionals off the paper, but luckily it didn't rip the paper. And don't forget, if you want to see any more free tutorials from my YouTube channel, then just push subscribe and you will get a notice when I've made a video, so you can see it as soon as I've posted it. Excuse me. Don't be scared to cut your flowers in half or your foliage in half and use up little pieces. It's quite a good way to add more bulk to the card without adding excuse me, too much height. Just fill in the little gaps in the front if you want. I've also written a blog about this card, and what products I used are listed at the bottom of my blog. You can click onto that and that'll take you straight to my shop, where you can even purchase all the products that I have used here, how to make this card. So if you go to my website and look on my blog, looking for this card, what's it called? The dies are called Full Bucket. I've gone blank. It'll come up. I've used linen thread to tie the bow around the cute little tag, and I wanted to keep that bow in the right spot, so I've just used a mini glue dot here to keep it right where I want that little bow to stay. I don't often do that. I only thought of that today. I found some matte black dots, which I thought would be nice as the centre of the flowers. You could use something bright and sparkly. I thought the black was quite dramatic and made all the colours pop and brought them all back together, because they are such a mix of different flowers and colours and shapes. And I added 2 down the bottom for luck. And that's my card. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to push subscribe if you want to see more tutorials. And check out my blog on my website, sharniehaynes.com. And I wish you a really happy day and lots of crafting. Thank you. Bye.